Today we're having a chat to Christian from Naked Pools. We're here to talk about everything freshwater. Tell me a bit about Naked Pools.
Mate, Naked Pools have been around for 7 years now, and we were created essentially to create a pool system, freshwater based, where we can offer consumers and pool owners all around the country crystal clear water with freshwater sanitation. Mate, the benefits of fresh water is a body of water that has less chlorine than what's coming out of the kitchen tap, right? And that's really the most important thing. But we have a process called ionisation that we utilise in the system that releases a bit of copper and silver to prevent bacteria and algae from growing in the water. And as a whole, the system keeps that water crystal clear, healthy, bacteria free and algae free with less chemical. Consumers these days don't want to swim in water that is heavily salted or heavily chlorinated. All right, it's just not pleasant to swim in. 1 in 4 Aussies have a skin condition: eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, even asthma. So if you've got a family member with any of those sort of issues in the family, it's really important to be swimming in healthy water. Initially our system comes at a higher price point. However, there's money savings on chemicals through the course of the year and the ownership. And not only that, you're swimming in better water quality. The better water quality is nicer to swim in, but it's also the best quality for your pool shells, which is important.
We've got a lot of pet lovers. People ask me daily, can our dog jump in the water? Is that going to be an issue? How's Naked with that?
Yeah, well, mate, that animal instinct is always going to see animals jump into water that is nice and healthy, right? So, pets can be part of the family. If you have a pet that will be going in the pool, it's fine. What we do there is that we just adjust the system to counteract. Obviously, pets, dogs in particular, carry a lot of bacteria on their coats and their fur. So we just increase the system parameters to counteract the extra bacteria that's going in it, just to keep that water crystal clear and healthy.
And that's all done to the automatic pH controller.
Yes, we have a pH doser which manages and maintains correct pH, which is important for healthy water. But it's also sizing the system according to the pool volume and the way it's going to be used, and bather loading, location and stuff like that. So the Naked system has a lot of smarts in the tech that can automate and regulate it and make it easy for the new pool owner.
So when a client's got a quote for XYZ and it's got a saltwater system and a Nook pool quote with a freshwater system with an automatic pH controller, the benefit from one to the other with that, like is there a cost saving?
You're talking about salt chlorination, which has been around forever, and it's what we would consider now to be really old school and old tech. As I said before, the old school salt chlorinators, which are still around now, they require huge amounts of salt to create huge amounts of chlorine. So essentially it's a chlorine pool, and water with a high salt level can, be detrimental to the skin and body, right? So it's unpleasant to bathe in. So for us, keeping that water crystal clear and healthy with no smell, no taste, no stinging eyes, no itchy skin, no need to shower off after, that to most Aussies is really, really important. Because who wants to put their children, their family in water that is heavily chlorinated when they can put it in fresh water? And bathing in fresh water is really, a great thing for most families. And, if you ask most people, would you rather swim in salt chlorinated pool with heaps of salt and heaps of chlorine, or fresh water with less chlorine than what's coming out of the kitchen tap? 9 out of 10 are going to go this way.
No brainer really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
The cost per unit's a little higher to buy a Naked system, but when you're breaking down from a chemical and salt point of view per year, it's fair to say it's probably evens itself out in the first year, realistically?
Yeah, mate, look, a salt chlorinator produces chlorine from salt, right? It's one process. The Naked system has 2 processes built into one: chlorination and ionisation. Without getting too technical, the buy price is always going to be more, right? Because we are a premium product. We create the ultimate in water quality, therefore, it is going to be more expensive. However, over the course of a year, we don't need to add the huge amounts of salt, the huge amounts of chemicals that go with that. So yes, there is a financial savings to the naked pool owner, to the Nook pool owner, every year. Whether they get that return in the first year, probably the second year is more realistic. But there's that money saving there as well, right? But also the investment in the fiberglass pool shell, right? They've just spent a lot of money on a brand new pool. They want to look after that investment. Having less chemical in that pool water is going to protect that pool shell and allow it to last a lot longer than as if it would with heaps of chemical in it, right? So they're protecting their investment there on the pool shell. They're getting healthier water from a health and bathing standpoint as well. So there's a lot of pluses in addition to just the money savings.
And it comes down to kids as well. Like when you look at kids and fresh first salt, no sore eyes, no itchy skin, no green hair, that in itself's worth to any parent moving forward with a new pool.
Mate, it's important. Who wouldn't want to put their children in the healthiest swimming pool water that they can? That's a given. And that's why now the freshwater space is booming. It's gaining so much momentum. More and more builders are coming on board. More consumers are demanding that product from the pool builders because they don't want to swim in water that's heavily salted and heavily chlorinated. They just don't want to do that anymore.
Well, I've seen a massive, in my time in the industry, I've seen a massive change in from your salts to your fresh, and we've probably pioneered that a little bit in the space with naked. People are asking for naked now. When we're not selling the product, people are now asking for it.
Yeah, and mate, we do a lot of market awareness, social media. We're at all the pool and spa consumer shows around the country. So we're very active in that space to push the message and promote ourselves and also promote our builders around the country as well. There's a lot of value add items to our system and what we offer. In addition to just the better water quality, we have our Naked Pools app and the customer care program that really support the new pool owner after the install and the pool's been handed over for many years to come.
Let's have a chat about the customer care. I think that's a really good point you brought up. Let's just run me through that a little bit more.
Yeah.
What it is for the client, how that helps a Nook client after we've finished their pool and they're now living in their lives with their pool.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So we have our Naked Pools app, which is a free download from the App Store, okay? And we get every new pool owner at the time of handover. So your techs, your handover guys are trained to get your new customer onto our Naked Pools app at that point of handover. And when they register on the app gives them a host of information about their pool, FAQs, videos, guides, calculators on how much sort of salt or mineral to add, etc., etc. When they register on the app and they put in their details go through to our support team at our head office on the Gold Coast. Now, a few weeks after that, my team get an alert and we call every new pool owner about a month after handover. Now we call your client, hello Mr. Smith, it's a team at Naked, how are you? How's the new pool going? Because a brand new pool cops an absolute hammering, right? And rightfully so. So, the kids have been in it, how's the water look? How's it smell? How's it tasting? How's it feel? Because all of those things are really important to us. And so we call every customer, every new pool owner at about the 4-week period and check in with them. We run them through how the app works, to use the app as a resource, but that customer care program, is available to them for life, where they can reach out to our team via the app. There's a contact us button. We call there a month after, and we've got those touch points thereafter as well. And we're on hand to service and provide that support for those new pool owners ongoing.
It's perfect.
Yeah, they love it.
Nook Pools has chosen to partner with Naked Pools.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, mate, it's a bit of a worry. No, I'm joking. No, mate, look, we're excited. Obviously I've known you for a long time and you've been in the industry for a while as well, like I have. And, it's exciting to partner with a new business. And I know that, the team of suppliers that you've built around you from, Harvest Pools, who are, you know, one of the best shell manufacturers in the country, and obviously being at Newcastle, and I know the owners very well there. Sun Lover Equipment with Michael Bishop, great guy, great products, and myself. You know, it's a great group of people, very well experienced, very high quality equipment and product, and I think it can only do good things.
How will that benefit a Nook customer?
It just adds value. You know, I mean, every business that you've aligned with have been in the industry for a very, very long time. They're experts in their field, and I think when you put all of that together, you know, it's only going to add a massive amount of value for your clients, because they're going to get the service and the backup that they need.
Christian, thanks for joining me today. Great chat. We got through a lot. Thanks for everything.
No, you're welcome, buddy. Yeah, the team at Naked Pools and myself, we're excited to partner with you for the year ahead, mate.